Welcome guys. Given the variety of game offerings and changing fan tastes, it's natural for games like Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions or Prey to get lost among the larger offerings. To deal with this phenomenon, in this video we have decided to go through 5 amazing games that are constantly ignored. These titles deserve to be on the list of top picks, but are less considered by fans. Number 5, Quantum Break. Remedy Studio is one of the most stable developers in the video game world. Over the past 2 decades, they have succeeded in registering their name as one of the most creative studios. The studio's catalog is wide and varied and has maintained its quality to date. Max Payne is still referred to as one of the best action games. Control was met with admiration. Alan Wake has also recently been resetting, and rumors about making a sequel to it are not lacking. However, Remedy's exclusive game for Xbox One, Quantum Break, is not at all as highly regarded as any other game in the studio. Quantum Break came out for Xbox One and PC in 2016 and received a lot of positive reactions. In addition to the cutscenes, the narrative of the game used a live-action series to tell stories. The series was undoubtedly one of the game's innovations, but ultimately caused controversy among fans. As with previous Remedy games, Quantum Break pays a lot of attention to detail, both in gameplay and in fiction. Gamers are able to manipulate the flow of time using different powers. In terms of sales, Quantum Break didn't become a huge success, and there's no one sequel at the moment. Of course, the story of the game ends fairly decisively and there is little need for a sequence. The lack of a sequel and the incompleteness of some of the game's mechanics have made Quantum Break not as popular as other works in the studio, but if we look at the overall package, we'll find that Quantum Break deserves more love. Number 4, Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions. Marvel's most popular superhero has been featured in many video games. Many of the Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 2 and Spider-Man PlayStation 4 are referred to as the best games of this character. However, other titles made based on this character like Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions are forgotten. Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions was developed by the Beenox Studio and released for all major platforms in 2010. In this game you take control of 4 different versions of Spider-Man and have to go to war with his longtime enemy, Mysterio. Each Spider-Man has unique features. The Amazing Spider-Man is more interested in using its fists and cords, but Spider-Man Noir prefers clandestine ways. The steps in Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions are linear, and the game story isn't so good either. However, the gameplay of the game includes a variety not seen in other Spider-Man games. After the expiration of the Marvel Activision license, the game was removed from all stores to shorten its life. Number 3, Sleeping Dogs. This game is probably the best example for amazing games that have been forgotten by the gaming community for whatever reason. Sleeping Dogs is an open-world game that tells the story of Wei Shen, an undercover cop. Many gave the game the GTA in Hong Kong label, but Sleeping Dogs is something beyond those labels. The game has a tremendous physical struggle system and you can use objects and environments to your advantage. The game also includes a good parkour and gun system. Some aspects of the game, such as driving mechanics, were a bit raw compared to Rockstar's works, but the finished product had little of a great hand. However, according to Square Enix's 2013 financial reports, the game failed to achieve enough sales. The reason for the game's commercial failure to date is unclear. Of course, the unknownness of this new IP and the lack of adequate marketing by the publisher can be blamed. There were plans to develop a sequel, but eventually with United Front Games studio doors closing in 2016, that game was cancelled. Number 2, Alien, Isolation. Alien franchises have been a source of inspiration for many games over the years. Games that qualitatively shape a wide range. Some like Aliens, Colonial Marines were very disappointing. While the latest game made based on this franchise, Aliens, Fireteam, has a modest effect. Alien, Isolation is, in many words, the best video game adaptation of Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece, Alien Story. Isolation follows Amanda Ripley in her search for her missing mother. The gameplay mostly revolves around hiding you from the dreaded xenomorph. AI enemies in Alien, Isolation are very advanced and define new behaviors by learning from their confrontations with open play. Alien, Isolation has also been great at portraying the alien world, and its artistic directing is definitely one of its strengths. However, the game came just a year after Colonial Marines debuted, a phenomenon that can explain the game's low sales. The game's publisher, Sega, has also talked about its low sales. An issue that may have caused Alien Isolation to be further ignored. Number 1. Prey. Arcane Studios is undoubtedly one of the best game makers in the world. They have proven their worth and skill with the development of Dishonored games. After Dishonored 2 launched, Arkane released Prey very soon and in 2017. Prey follows Morgan Yu's adventures on an abandoned space station full of alien creatures. The game well showcases Arkane's greatest strengths. Prey's world is full of small, coarse details, and its environmental storytelling is great. The game also includes a wide range of great abilities. All gameplay mechanics help build the engaging, systemic gameplay that Arkane fans love. Prey, however, came up with a lot of technical problems and bugs. Many critics also pointed to the technical shortcomings of the game. This led to Prey not being as it should be and perhaps not paying attention. If we go through bugs and glitches, we get to a fantastic game that has maintained its quality to this day.